This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Zinger Lite model 270BH. Alright, so you have power stabilizers on this. You got one switch operates both rear and one switch operates both front. So that's the rear switch, obviously. Okay, this is a black tank flush. After you dump your black tank, you can bring the hose from the dump station over to here, hook it on here, turn it on, it'll spray out your black tank. Make sure that the black tank valve is open when you do that. You got outside speakers, power awning with a LED strip. This is the vent for your range hood, so you want to, there's little latches in there. You want the baffle to flap freely when you're venting. You can hook up a TV out here. There's antenna and power. This is the fill for the fresh water tank. Now, you would use this fresh water tank if you don't have city water on the campsite. You know, you can pre-fill it. Some of the state parks don't have plumbing on the campsites, but they have a fill station when you first go in. So you would fill this, and then you would use the onboard pump to pump the water. Most people will use city water, which is on the other side, but in case you don't have city water, you always have this option. There's also that white gate valve down there you see. That's the freshwater drain, the drain for the fresh water tank. Now this hole right here tells us that you can crank this slide room out manually if you need to. Just so you know, there's a shaft sticking through the frame with a pin going through it, perpendicular. And you can actually crank it by hand if you had to. Also, you can adjust the length of the legs on your stairway here by pulling this pin out. There's one on each side, and you can adjust it accordingly to the terrain. There is your front stabilizer switch. This is your hitch. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up your trailer. This little hookup here is for a solar battery charger if you choose to purchase one. Your power tongue jack right here. If you need to crank it manually, you can take this cap off here, and let's see if they got a crank in here for you. Yep, it's right here. Oh boy! So that crank there is for the power tongue jack in case it fails. Okay. You have a deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. Okay. Moving towards the rear here. This is obviously your power cord. It's not plugged in right now. It's 30 amp and 30 feet long. These are your dump valves here, your black and then your gray. Always dump, the black is toilet water and waste, obviously. The gray is sink and shower water, so you always dump the black first and then dump the gray. And like I said when I was on the other side, you can always leave the black tank valve open, hook a hose onto the flush on the other side, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank for you. That's just storage. Okay. Outside shower. This is your city water connection here. That's 9 times out of 10. That's how you get water to the trailer. You just hook it up and you're ready to go. This is coaxes through to the inside for campground cable and satellite. Your water heater is here. Right now the trailer is winterized, so the water heater is bypassed. So you can see it's empty. It's open right here. Here's the cap. So there's no water in the tank. It's been bypassed and drained, and there's antifreeze in the system. The switches to operate this are inside the trailer. I'll show you that when I get in there. Never dry fire the water heater. You never run it without water in it. This housing tells us there's pre-wiring for a backup camera right there. While we're looking up, I need to tell you that the manufacturer says that you should inspect the roof every 90 days or so. So 3 times a season, have somebody go up there and look around. Make sure the sealant is in good shape, no cracking, no separation. And also look and make sure that there's no damage to the roofing material or the vent covers or anything like that. Alright, so your slide out switch is here. Your power awning switch is here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll it in when you're not at the campsite. Okay. Your water pump right here. I told you about the water pump for the fresh water tank. You also use that when winterizing. You can light your water heater on gas or electric right here. Always make sure there's water in the water heater tank before you turn this on, or it's called dry firing it. If you dry fire it, you'll damage it. Battery is being charged. Fresh water's empty. Black water's empty. Gray one. They're all empty. So it graduates up in 1/3 increments. So when you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the gray and black tanks. Your TV will go right here. You have a little sound bar here. You can stream off the USB. You can hook up wirelessly with Bluetooth using your phone or tablet. You can. There's 2 speaker zones, A and B. A is inside the trailer, B is outside, and there's a remote with it also. All right, so let's see what we have here. This couch, jackknife's flat. Okay, for a bed. This table, you can drop the tabletop down to these cleats here. Use the back cushion to fill in the space, and you got another bed there. This device down here is the carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. It sounds like this. One self-test, another one coming up. And next it'll tell you that your battery's low. The back's green. So if it beeps slowly like that, it's telling you that your battery's low. Okay, now this device here is your power converter. So what this does, it converts AC to DC power. So it takes 110 AC, which is on this side. You see the circuit breakers just like you would see at home, and they're labeled. That's for the AC power. Then it converts it to DC over here, 12 volts DC. There's regular 12 volt fuses. If they ever blow, they'll light up and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. And they're also labeled. And also when you're plugged in, it's a battery tender, so it'll keep your battery up front charged. Okay, this is just an automatic refrigerator. It's very simple. You just turn it on. There's nothing complicated about it at all. This is your range hood. I told you about. You turn on the fan, but if you're going to vent, make sure you open the baffle on the outside. This has a light. Your microwave works like any other microwave. There's nothing unique about it. Okay, let me just look around here. Okay, 2 bunks, of course. A closet here. Pantry, I should say. Thermostat is analog. So you're just going to click it over to heat or fan or cool. Try to always use it on auto when you can. Alright, the fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. The toilet, the only thing to remember about the toilet is that you have to have water in it. We're still cleaning right now, that's antifreeze. But you have to have water in it to the black tank, which is straight down there, in order to use it. So when you get to the campground and you hook up your water and your power, you'll come in here and stamp on the pedal and let about a gallon of water go in there before you start using it. You never use it dry. Okay, let's see. Up front here, obviously there's a little bit of storage under the bed. You have hookups here for your TV, and there's a backing plate right here. You see the sticker right there. So you can put a bracket there. To escape from the emergency window, you just push this all the way through. Right, you go all the way through with it, then you grab a hold of the tab and pull the screen out, and then you can get out. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so that's that. Good. Okay, well I think I've covered it then. So thank you for buying your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And remember what I said about inspecting your roof every 90 days. That's very important to do. Also, the water heater right now is in bypass mode, and there's antifreeze in the system. Okay, thank you very much.